Hello everybody and welcome to my YouTube channel, Dream of Crafts, and today we're going to be working on a shadow box layout. I need a new layout for my main entrance shadow box. So I've decided to go with a kind of a steampunk kind of theme, I guess. It's not really kind of vintagey steampunk, I guess I would call it. And I am using, I had 2 sheets of this cardstock. It's BoBunny Penny Emporium, and I had, like I said, 2 sheets of this. That's the back. And so I'm using one as my base page, and I also had 2 sheets of this, which is star-crossed honeycomb, and it's also BoBunny. And I decided to go with those because of the brownie and tans in here kind of coordinate with some of the browns in here. That's the nice thing about BoBunny. A lot of their papers, even though they're maybe not the same theme or like package, they kind of, their colors kind of revert back to each other. And it makes it nice for most of them. Some of them don't, but most of them I notice do. So it makes it nice. So like I said, I've got one base page that's whole like this. I've just cut the caption off the top. I've fussy cut out the owl here. You can see I fussy cut him out and added some foam dots to his back. I also fussy cut out the hat that was in the left hand corner, and also put some foam dots back on the back of that. I've got some wooden elements, this clock face and these 4 corners came on a package, and I got these from Aliexpress. I ordered them, and I don't know the number, but I will add it to my description in the video description, so that you can go there if you want. But it's it was from this is what the packaging looked like. So, and with Aliexpress, allow a good month to get your items. I've had them take as long as 2 months to get some, and then I ordered these gears and stuff, and the bike and some other wooden elements from a company, and I got them in like a week and a half. So, but allow yourself a good month, and it usually says on there, but most of them say like 30 days, but I did get those within less than 2 weeks, I want to say. So that was kind of a nice surprise. I pulled some other elements, and I pre-made some flowers. And for these flowers, where's my other pad of paper here? Let's see it. These were made from that same paper pack. Where did it go? Oh, goodness sakes. Oh, here, I got one of the pieces here. All right. So it was this one, and I have a whole pack of it. But it's also from the same Penny Emporium thing. So, and that's the back, was the women. So I used one of these sheets, full sheets, to cut up these flowers that I did. So I did those flowers, and I used my, what is it, my Heartfelt Creations mold to mold these. Just the basic one, not the rose one. And these were cut from some dies I also got from Aliexpress, and they look like, let me grab those a second too. so you can see exactly what I used. Oh goodness sakes, another caught. They're metal dies, and these two got caught on each other somehow. Anyway, let me see if I can get it over here. Alright, so I used this set here, and I don't know, I'll have to put this in the description too, but you got the 3 together, and they're pretty good size. The largest one is about 2.5 inches, and then the smallest one is about 1.5 inches. So that's the size range for those. And then this one, which has gotten itself caught in the other one. How am I going to get that out of there? There it goes. This one here, and I just left them stuck together, I created these other flowers with. So you can see that kind of leaf pattern there. And these ones here are more like your daisy type leaves. But I use the same press for both. And it is this one here. So this is the press I used. So I use that for both of those different flowers. And I created some in teal and some in the purples using that paper. I created some feathers. These I just cut out on my Cricut and then took my scissors and snip, 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 which takes a little time, but it makes them look more realistic. You could just cut a feather shape out on your paper and just snip it. I just happen to have the Cricut up and running, so I did that. I created a slit here on the bottom. I just went up to how far I wanted and then cut it in a V and then distressed it. You can use the edge of your scissors, and we will do one in a second here, and I'll show you how I did it. I also went in with my scissors and snipped out a line here and then brought it in like almost a mouth shape, I guess. Feather shape too, I guess. And then here I just distressed the edge and curled it up. So we'll be doing some more distressing to this paper. And then I'm going to put the whole sheet of this underneath my piece. It gives it more stability, and it covers, if I do roll back, it covers all my edges. So I'm going to flip this way. None of this is glued on. I've just got it there to kind of keep it in an area where I would like it. We're going to come in here, and I'm going to, I think probably about right in here. We'll just cut in. And then I'm going to bring it in on an angle. And you can tear it if you'd like. However you want to do it. For me to start, it's usually easier with my scissors. My scissors are very sharp, so I'm going to be very careful that I make sure I know where my hand is compared to underneath where this scissor edge is. And you can just drag it. And I'm actually keeping that pointed down, so I do not bring that across my fingers. I also have a Tim Holtz tool here. These are little razor blades in here that stick up different heights. So you can, if you've got one of those, you can just put that in. It's just a kind of a safety thing. It does the same exact thing as your scissors. And so just roughing that edge. Now, like I said, if you want, you can tear it if you want more of a rough edge. This seems to work pretty good. And I'm just dragging that along there, creating more and more roughness. Now at this point, you could do like the corset, put your holes in along here, weave some ribbon in there, create a corset. And I'm not sure if I want to do that yet. I have not decided. I do want to get this turned, so I'm going to take my nail now. My nails, that's why they look like they do, because they are tools, unfortunately. But you can use something else too. I'm just kind of bending this over, breaking those fibers so they don't look so stiff. Just breaking the fibers of that paper, manipulating them. Yeah. Now, I'm not going to re-ink this, but I've got my walnut stain on this one. I'm just going to kind of touch those edges just to get away that white. And we're going to just curl this even more. Bring out some more of that. There we go. All right, let's go ahead and glue this piece down now. I think we're good. Let's flip it so it's upright though. See, it's upside down. There we go. And any writing we want it to be upright. Okay. So I'm just going to slide this stuff off here. This picture here is a picture of my 3 aunts, my brother's sisters. This is Audrey. We got Helen and Thelma. So these are my aunties. It's early 1900s. So, all right, let's go. I'm going to add some score tape, I think, and some score tape and some art glitter glue. Go. Okay, just along some of these edges here, give it a little bit more stability. Hold it down without hopefully wrinkling up. All right. Now my wood pieces, I'm not going to color them or stain them. You can do it with, you can paint them. I have even taken Sharpie markers and colored them, and that works really well. Paint pens work really well. So, all depends on what you want to do. All right. All right, let's go ahead and pull these tapes here. There we go. I just kind of like the looks of this, and sometimes I'll do, actually the last couple of shadow boxes I did, they were photos in them. It must be on a photo kick, huh? All right. And we're going to lay some art glitter glue along here. On the edges here. And with vintage photo, I kind of like that distressed look, especially using vintage photos. Like the paper is aged also. It's worn, been through some history itself, you know. Whoopsie. So it's always nice to do that. All right. I'm going to start down here on this right hand corner. Line that up like that. I'm just holding it with my finger here. Oops, I'm off just a tad. Let me get this over here. That's that. There we go. Okay. Give that a nice press there. Now I did have some, I have to get it out. I'll show you. I want to put some more on there, so I have to get it out. You can see that shine there. That is from, grab my tray here a second. Okay. It's BoBunny Island Mist Pearl Essence, and it's similar to Stickles. And what I did was I just took some and I just kind of put it on. And it's meant to be raised, but I took a scrap of paper and I just kind of smeared it a little bit. Smeared it out just to bring in that pearly color onto the paper. And we may add some pearl dots and stuff with this, but just to give that little shine and glimmer, just see, just kind of gives it a, and it's the same color, so yeah, double dot. All right, now down here I used this right here, liquid pearls here, and I just put it on the wings, top of the wings there. I'm going to bring this up to show you. Try just on the top of those wings there, and I did that last night so it had time to dry, so I don't have to worry about smearing it all over. I also took that same thing and I put a few dots up here in that corner, just because. Let's go ahead and attach this owl. And when I use up my dots, I use all this stuff. I just cut off pieces and use it. It's the same as the circles. It's just, you know, some people would throw that away, but to me it's like, well, it's the same exact material, does the same exact thing, so why not utilize that and use it up rather than waste it. And sometimes it works really good for these little odd corners and stuff that you might have to fill in, so I use it. I do not throw that away when my circles are all gone. And I'm just going to take a little bit of our glitter glue, put some on these foam dots just as to ensure we've got good adhesion here. And I'll line that up exactly, or as close to exact as I can get. Like I said, I fussy cut this out, and then I used my walnut stain just around the edges to take away the whiteness from being cut out. There we go. There. So now, as you can see, we got the 3D effect there. And while we're doing that, then I'll attach this one. It goes in the lower left-hand corner. I like to try to create different textures and different elements if I can. Sometimes you can't. Sometimes you just use papers and cut it out. But if I can bring in some different elements, I like to. Okay. There we go. So now we got that one on that corner. There we go. Perfect. All right. This was a headband that I had bought for my granddaughter when she was a baby. And so I thought I'd use that in here. Like that. Maybe I'll just use part of that. All right, let's go ahead and get the picture in. So I've taken 4 of the wood elements that came in that pack, and they are thin. So if you do order them, be very careful when you pull them. They're like stuck to some acetate sheet. So I tried to just peel one off and it broke in a couple pieces. So what I found out, if I took the acetate and just kind of bent it, then they popped up on their own, and then I didn't break any other pieces. You can see they're about maybe 1/8 of an inch thick, so they're not real thick. But I was glad that they shipped all the way and didn't get destroyed in shipment, so I was pleased with that they arrived safely. So let's go ahead and put that like right there. All my ants are gone now. They've been gone for many years. This ant here, Audra, she passed away when my dad was about 3 years old. She died the day after giving birth to her first child. So he was the baby, and so. But back then, you know, things happened more frequently. A lot of people didn't have their babies at the hospital. They birthed them at home, and so it was not uncommon for the mothers to be lost. And whoever that is, they're just going to have to wait. Alright, so I'm putting a little glue on there. I'm just going to kind of tap it down a little bit. We're going to set this right back in here, like so. Art glitter glue does dry clear, so that does help. Doesn't typically leave too much of a shine. There we go. That looks pretty good. All right, get that on there. Now I did cut out from the top of this page, it said Penny Emporium, which was the theme for that. So it was like this piece right here. I did fussy cut that out. I wanted to glue that right on this clock here, just to add that little touch there. Pull back in the information from the paper. That's cute. I got that. Add a little color over on there. Alright, I also have one of these little antique vintage bikes with the big wheels. Okay, let's go ahead and glue a couple flowers on. I did make this one smaller so that I can put that right up there. I'm going to put it right in that corner there like that. Let me see which angle I want it. Maybe just like that. A little hot glue on the back. There we go. Just like that. And I did use these flower stamens. These are also from Aliexpress. And these do have a number. It's B3L3-015. They were the 1.5 millimeter. So let me hold that. If you can see it, is it 400 pieces? So that was those. And then these ones were from Wish. And I stopped ordering from Wish because I liked Ali better, basically. So, but these ones were from Wish, and the number is 11010105. And there was only 576 pieces for that one. So that was like 2 packs of that. So, all right. So I got that purple flower up there. It's drying. Now the shadow box I'm putting this in does not have any edges that come over. So I can go all the way out to my full edge, 12 by 12. see here. I have a key that I want to put there. That is a key from Etsy. I just searched key embellishments or embellishments. I love this lace with those flowers on it. All right, let's go ahead and throw this in there. So what I'm going to do is put dabs of hot glue on each one of these. When I lay it down, I'll start with 2. So it'll hold it. I think I want to go up a little bit, and I'll trim that edge off, because when I get down here I have another flower I can just put on. It was too far down, so I kind of snipped it, but I'll put that down at the end there. Let's get you up there. There we go. Just like that. All right, so now we're just going to go and we're going to put a dab of glue on the back of each one of these. I'm going to do a couple at a time. There we go. And that will hold these in place nicely. Okay. I just thought that's very feminine and delicate looking. So I thought that would look nice in here. And it's just been sitting here in my craft room. So I can use these things up. Use this stuff up. There we go. So that's going to be right on the very bottom. Let's go ahead and go up here and we'll snip that off there. Maybe. There we go. So now we have that. And it's got just that cream with those delicate little flowers with the pearls in the center. Kind of reminded me of these little flowers here, the little creamy colored ones. Yeah, kind of bend that a little bit, starting to want to fold up. And when I do put them in that shadow box, I put, I have little circle Velcro dots I use, and that helps hold it in the box. I have this little piece of black velvet, and this is just a little heart buckle. I've had them for years. I couldn't even tell you where I got them. That's how many years it's been. I've just had them years, and I think this might be my last one of those. So I'll lay a bead of hot glue there on each side of that velvet ribbon, and hopefully without burning myself. I'm not putting it on the buckle because the buckle's metal and it will just dry up too fast. I'm going to center the base of that heart right between those two woods there, and then we're going to bring this up here. Okay, oops. There we go. All right, got that passing down. I did pull some of these little tiny roses. I got purple and white. Pulled those. Those are from Wish, I believe. I ordered a bunch of the different colors from Wish a little while ago. So I do have these at Wish still and Aliexpress. They're just the little paper roses. So I think we're gonna. I just snip off a little bit of the wire. I like to leave some of the wire on. Otherwise they seem to fall apart. So I just leave a little tiny bit of wire, fold it over, and it keeps those intact with each other. Especially once you add the glue. Let's grab a white one here. Like I said, when I ordered them, the price was not bad. It's very reasonable. And they make great filler items because they're tiny and they're cute. I mean, they're really not bad looking at all. So I use them for fillers. Pop in some color. Let's go ahead and put that one right to there. Looks like a good spot. Slide these petals underneath. That 3D there. Get it? There we go. Okay. That's set up. This one is dry now. It's sitting there really nice. Okay, I've got some pearls here that I thought would look nice somewhere. We might have to wait on that a little bit though. Let me see here. Yeah, let me see. What about having them come out of stuff like this here? Yeah, let's go ahead and do that. First, let's see if I can get these to line up here. I'm going to put some hot glue right on the ends of these pearls here, just on the bottom edge there. I'm going to kind of pop this up. There we go. I'm just going to let those set. See if I can see under there. Let me see. Yep. So we're going to push that back in there. You can see it there. Go. I just wanted to kind of separate a little bit. There we go. Alright. Now my little feathers. There's feathers here, of course. And we got the wings. That's why I kind of thought the feathers would be nice to go along. Not sure if I'm ready for those yet. Ready for the feather shot. Let's see here. This is just a metal piece that I've had in my stash, and it says love. Let's go ahead and tack down those feathers. I'm just going to kind of glue one on top of it. Oops. My glue. There we go. Let me see here. Oh, there it is. I always lose my little needle. Let's go ahead and put some glue on here. I want it to curl up, so I'm not going to glue that whole thing down. Like that. There we go. Let's add, should we add a purple flower right there? Looks kind of nice. There's two different kinds, of course. Let's go with this one here. Hot glue there. And this flowers here come with the hole in the center. So I just pull my stamens through that. I start with the smallest one, pull my stamens through, put a little hot glue under, pull my next size on, my medium one on. Before I bring it all the way up, I put a little hot glue on the bottom of this one, and then pull them together, and then do the same thing, put on the large one, and pull it up, put a little hot glue on and pull it. So if you just, these come wrapped in a piece of wire like this. This is the wire. So I just created this hook. I take my stamens, how many ever I want. These I think had 5. So you end up with 10. So I just take them, kind of center that little bent over piece that I created with that, and then just fold them like that, and then you can pull this through the hole. So, and then your stamens, of course, then are all together. So, and then I just hot glue them together, one on top of the other, as many layers as you would like. And then these did not have a hole in them, so I used my little poke tool and created a hole there. You could use a small punch. You don't want the hole huge, but you do want it big enough so that those strings pull through. You see, all these strings would have to pull through together. So how many ever you want. I've created them with just 3 stamens, and then bend them over. You have 6. So ever how many stamens you want, then you just remember you just double it. So, I mean, it doubles. When you pick one stamen, it doubles when you fold it in half. So then you just got to remember that that's got to fit through that hole. All right, let's see here. Not yet for that. I have a metal feather. I have a, oh, let's get these little things on here. We'll go ahead and put these on. And again, I'm just going to lay some glue, and then I'll smear it out with my finger so it doesn't go all over the place. I'm just going to kind of tap it. And we'll just put that down. And you get, I've got quite a few of these in the package too. And then this one's going to rest on top of those two, I think, as a, whoops, maybe. There we go. I'm just going to rest that on top of there like that. Gives it some dimension. I'm still thinking about putting some pearls underneath there. Oh, let's see, that's kind of pretty. Wait a minute. Well, wait a minute. Let's get another flower down in here. And I do show you how to do those in a video too, those flowers. I want to say, video, what's that? Oh, it was the week 16 of Christmas, I think. I do some on there. I think, yeah. I think week 16 of my Christmas videos, I do those on there. Too, so. Don't want that to be covered. There we go. This little pike is cute. This is such a decorative side here with all that they've got here that I'm trying to bring some other stuff out in these areas here. Do I need that feather? No. No. I have a little bow here I thought was cute. This is left from one of my projects, but I don't know if it goes. Okay. Let that sit a second. I want another purple flower. I do. I'd like to bring in a purple flower down here because of the purples there. So let's go ahead and take our last purple flower here. Put that down in that corner. And I kind of want to, because of the way they're arranged, they kind of want to lean down a minute. Because I've got, when you do this when they're wet or just damp, and then it kind of makes them real crunchy. So I've got them kind of cupped, and then with that stamen stuff in them, it makes them kind of stiff. But that makes them more realistic looking. You get all your dimension and stuff that way. Let's go ahead and put a couple more of these smaller roses in. And we'll just add them over here, I think. It's like this. I like that dark purple in there, that's pretty. And of course the teals. Most of you know that teal is one of my favorite colors. So, what happens if we take, nope. Not sure. There we go. Don't want to lift it yet. Starts. Just working that a little bit, trying to get it back down. They want to start curling up for some reason when you start doing a lot of decorating stuff. I don't know why, they just seem to want to do that. Our key, do I want that key on there? Do maybe. Do. Let's go ahead and put that butterfly down here. I'm going to use hot glue on this and see if that'll hold it. Go. I'm just kind of placing things around to see, just to see. Okay, let's go ahead and put this down here. Fill in some of this blank space. There we go. Let's get another pearl. Let's get it sticking out of one of these, maybe. Nope. All right. I think I'm having more trouble now because it's getting to the point where I'm liking what it is already. So then I start wanting to stop what I'm doing. Let's go ahead. Yeah, let's go ahead and, I don't know if I want that there. Let's go ahead and put that in there. See if this will hold it. I'm going to use art glitter glue. I sometimes have success with it holding metals and sometimes I don't. There we go. There. And I think, I'm trying to show you the whole thing here. Yeah. Let's go ahead. almost tempted. Let's go ahead and add on this butterfly. Let's go ahead and add this color there. Pull that up there. Let's put, just looking, I'm going to put a dot in the center of that one and this one. Just trying to pull in more of these colors. And where else do we want to put it? Let's put some in the center of this. Just to pull in some different elements and colors that just might catch your eye. And we'll put one in the center of this one. Okay. Let's add one dot to each of these pieces here. And if you wanted, you could do this type of thing on the whole wood piece there. Watch where I put my fingers here. Just trying to pull in some more of that there. I'll lift it up for you, you can see it. So we've added it to the butterfly, to these little charms hanging down there, and just there, and then on each of those wood pieces there. It just gives it a little bit more dimension, a little bling. All right, I think that works. Let me maybe just put in a few more of these little roses here. Pull in some more of these here. And I have my cousin who watches my videos, and she says, I'm always yelling at you to stop putting on so much stuff. And it's funny because I can just see her doing it too. So we laugh about it. We think it's funny. It's like she's like, no, stop. Don't put that there. And I'm sure there's others out there that do the same thing. It's like, oh, you did good until that. But it's all in our own taste and what we feel is satisfactory to our own taste. So if you want to stop further ahead, by all means. If you want to add more, then you just add more. So, we all have different tastes and we all like different things. So that's how we do that. All right, I think I'm gonna put some glue on this. That looks like it stayed. So let me wipe this off. I want to make sure there's no oils on there, and then that'll help. And we'll use some more glitter glue on this too. Let's see if it... Doesn't do any good to put it on the lower points because they won't touch anyway. So put it on the highest point. Oops. If this does not work, in a few minutes then I'll use glossy accents and let that dry. That just takes longer to dry. All right, so this is our page layout for today. Thank you for joining me, and I appreciate if thumbs up if you like my project, and if you would consider subscribing to my channel. I would appreciate that. Thumbs or and hit that subscribe button, and you'll be notified each time I put up a new video. So I've got that stuff on my fingers. So, and you know, if you don't have this exact paper, just cut out some pieces. And fussy cutting isn't the funnest, but take your time, and you can do it. It's just a time thing. That's all it is with fussy cutting. And I am by far not the best at it, but I tackle it anyway. And I can see I smudged that messing around, so we'll get that cleaned up. And until the next time, I hope you have a great day, and we're gonna clean up this mess and just put a new dot there. Oh, and I just smeared that one. So we will work around that. Alright. And it will not take all the color away, but we've got some over here that I've already put on. So, alright, I'm just going to put a couple new dots here. And then I'm going to get away from it and leave it alone so it can dry. Have a good day, all. Thanks. Bye-bye.